Did you realize that you are actually spending 1/3 of your life sleeping? And our sleep is a big part of our health. Usually we talk about health, we speak about nutrition, we speak about diet, we speak about exercise. Some people start eventually speak about hydration, and very few people still speak about sleep. So today I decided to share with you some of the information I gathered about sleeping. That will include habits, eating, and supplementation, why it's important, and what you can do in today's world to make your 1/3 of your life is better spent. So let's start with beginning. On average, a person sleeps between 6 to 8 hours per day, which is 1/3 of the day. And if we live our life, usually we spend at least 1/3 of it sleeping. From that nights, we can either get energy, get recuperation, get recovery, get better health, better mood, better memory, or we can get opposite. We can wake up as we never fall asleep. We may not even fall asleep normally. We can wake up during the night multiple times because of multiple reasons. So let's speak today about sleep, what causes us to not fall asleep, not sleep well, not wake up in the morning energized, and what you can do to actually change it. So the quick answer is you have to change what you do, meaning your lifestyle. There is no magic pill. Maybe there is one, but it's not going to solve all the problems. There is no one thing and one solution that fits all, but there are some general themes that if you start doing, you will see the change. So let's get started with stuff that is maybe misunderstood by people. For us to sleep, our body has to relax. For us to sleep, we have to have, at least in our mind, more or less safe environment. For us to sleep, our body has to understand that it's time to relax and fall asleep. And for us to sleep well, we have to have certain conditions. So let's start with conditions that are free to acquire. Condition number one, it is better to sleep on an empty stomach than on a full stomach. You don't have to pay for it. In fact, if you do what I do, you will save money, because if you only eat twice a day, like I do right now, then you're saving on the third meal. So I'm actually putting money back into your pocket while giving you a first idea how to sleep better. Why is that important to go to bed on an empty stomach? Very simple. When our stomach works, our brain has to work as well, and we cannot rest. When our stomach works and we go to sleep, our all processes in the body slow down, including the digestion of the food that we have in our stomach that is not processed yet. And guess what's happened with that food? It stays not processed completely. The stomach still continues or tries to work, and that causes more inflammation in our body while we're supposed to be sleeping, resting, and recuperating our body. So first step for you all who wants to sleep better, try to move the last meal of the day as far from your sleep as possible. Again, ideally go for intermittent fasting with 2 or even 1 meals per day, and make sure that last or the second meal of the day is not right before you go to bed. At least 3-4 hours you need for your food to be digested, processed, and then when you go to sleep, your body will take the nutrients digested from your food and put it in work to restore your body. Second thing that you can do that will help you to have better sleep, and this is also free and also putting money back into your pocket. Turn off your TVs, computers, and cell phones. You need to have your eyes rest and get ready to sleep. And those things, computers, cell phones, TVs, they're not doing that. So they're actually waking your brain up, and this is not a good solution. So again, you will save on electricity. And I'll give you one more tip. You can instead read books, journal, something, so it will actually help you to become more conscious about your living, or learn something new, or even if you don't want to learn something new, just read a good book that will get you in a better mood before you go to bed. So make sure you do that. Turn off TVs, computers, cell phones before you go to bed, at least a couple hours, so let your brain to rest. Now, the next solution may be free, maybe cost you some money, but it's definitely worth it, at least for me. Make sure, at least for me it works, make sure your bedroom is slightly cold. So what do you have to do? If it's in the winter, open up the window for a few minutes, let the fresh air come in. If it's in the summer, unfortunately in New York, you will have to turn on your your AC to get some cold air in. Otherwise, just open the window. Again, it's almost free, but your body will be sleeping better because you have a colder air in the room, and it will help you to fall asleep faster. The fourth thing that also relates to windows is make sure that your room is completely dark. So if you don't have shades that are protecting from light coming from outside, from the lamps or the moon, make sure you invest in those things. It's not too expensive. You do it once and it serves you for many, many years to come. But it's really great when you come to the room, you turn off your lights, and the shades are stopping any light from coming into the room. Your brain reads this message as it's night, it's time for me to sleep. And let me remind you that our brain was not built 10 years ago, 20 years ago, or whenever you were born. Your brain was trained to respond to certain things thousands, if not millions years ago, back then when there is no electricity and not even fire. So when it's dark, your brain says, time to me to rest and to restore my body. Now, let's talk something about food. Again, food is important. It's a big part of our life. We'll talk about exercise as well. I guess today is going to be a long presentation because there are a lot of parts involved. But let's talk about food. So one thing we already got out of the question, we're trying to eat farther from the sleep so our stomach will become empty. Number two, get rid of sugar or alcohol before sleep. Now, I know we come into Friday and Friday happy hours and stuff like that, so you want to go out and enjoy yourself. But remember, you can do it once a week, but the rest of the week, pay attention to your body. Your body needs rest, and those two things are actually boosting your body's energy, and they are taking away your opportunity to relax before you go to bed. Not to mention, they also steal nutrients from your body like magnesium and potassium and those things, and calcium, and those things are necessary for our body to actually function better. So please make sure, if you want to be healthier, if you want to have better sleep, get rid of those things, or if you do it with understanding you're hurting your body by those behaviors. Now, another thing about food, make sure, if you can, have a very good meal in the morning that will give you energy, because your body, when it's woken up, it needs energy to function. Have a decent meal, small or average meal in the middle of the day, and if you need to have the third meal, which is, again, I'm right now able to skip, but if you need to have the third meal, make it the lightest meal of the day, and again, at least 3-4 hours away from the sleep. Now, let's talk a little bit about nutrients. We all know that our body is built of proteins and fatty acids. We also need vitamins and minerals for proper function, and we need enzymes that regulate cooperation of all of those nutrients inside of our body. A couple of nutrients that our body needs on a regular basis to relax, so you cannot take it once a month or take it one month for an entire year. So let's go over them. Number one, the biggest one is magnesium. Magnesium relaxes your muscles, magnesium relaxes your body, magnesium helps you to regulate your brain function and your nervous system. So if you don't take magnesium yet and you cannot get it from food, take a supplement. It is okay to take supplement. It's much easier than you think, and it's actually more affordable if you try to get magnesium just from food. Number two, iron. I don't know about you guys, I learned about syndrome called restless leg syndrome just a couple years ago from actually one of the persons in our company who had it. I never had anybody in my environment who had it before, and that person said I just couldn't sleep at night because my legs were restless, until he started doing what we do right now with Coral Club, and that syndrome went away. So when I was doing research for today's presentation, I learned that one of the nutrients essential to get rid of restless leg syndrome is iron. funny enough, iron is responsible for many processes in our nervous system, and one of them is helping you to sleep better. The other thing is potassium. I already mentioned to you, potassium is the mineral nutrient that is important for our cardiovascular system, for our nervous system, and it's also responsible for our energy. So our body was programmed millions of years ago to receive potassium in abundance because we ate a lot of green stuff that was growing everywhere around us, our ancestors, I mean, and our body was trained to retain salt, the nitrogen, because it was very scarce. Our diet today is complete opposite from our ancestors. We have very little potassium and a lot of salt in our diet. Even if you're not putting salt in your products, but you're buying stuff from the stores, look at the labels. Every single thing, including ketchup and juice and whatever else, and bread and butter, everything has salt in it. So guess what? We are too much salt and too little potassium, but potassium is very important. So you have to have potassium either from food or, again, easier way for me, supplements. The next one is omega-3 acids, fatty acids. They are responsible for brain function, for cardiovascular system, for cardiovascular system, and they helping us to regulate our sleep as well. We also can talk about some other things like melatonin. Melatonin is a big thing that helps our body to actually understand, is it time to sleep or is it time to wake up? And it requires certain amino acids to be processed or digested by our body in order to create melatonin. So if you don't have enough proteins in your food, in your supplement intake, then that means that the melatonin has nothing to be manufactured from, because it's actually manufactured. You cannot eat it. I mean, there are some supplements that saying you can take it, and it may work, but most people who I know who told they just took melatonin without doing other things, they reported to me that it did not work. So why wasting your money when you know it is not going to work? Because you need to actually create it inside of your body, and it's created from the amino acids. So if you don't have enough proteins in your food, if your proteins are let's say fried or prepared, they usually very little nutritional value there. Get the supplement, get the nutrients from supplements or collagen. Collagen is different from, the collagens are different types. And if you take in something that is powder, just do it very carefully and do your own research. The powder is dried collagen, so there's really no collagen left there. It's just imagination that you take in something. The collagen has to be drinkable, has to be hydrolyzed, has to be ideally from the fish source because it's most comparable to the human body. And it should be in a peptides form. If you really wanted to get benefit of it, it has to be in peptide form because collagen molecule is huge, peptides are small. So guess which one will build into your body faster. Now, we also have 3 products that I love that are helping people to control their emotional system, their nervous system, and as a consequence, their sleep. Our company has 3 products. I'm not going to give their names on purpose, but if you want to find out what they are, reach out to me. One is helping you to regulate your mood on a daily basis. Second, helps you to deal with these mood swings and just keeps you calm without going like a vegetable. And the third one is actually designed for better sleep. So it actually has a formulation of different nutrients that combine together, helping our body to relax, realize that it's night, and fall asleep. The final thing that I'm going to mention is exercise. Most of the people I know, they are either don't exercise at all, or on complete opposite spectrum, they exercise a lot. So for those who don't exercise at all, ladies and gentlemen, you have to exercise, but move your exercise to the morning. If you never exercised before, reach out to me. I'll show you how to build up your exercise routine from only 2-3 minutes per day to something that will go more like me right now, about 30 minutes per day in the morning. You don't have to spend the entire day. You don't have to go to gym in the evening. Not to mention, exercising in the evening may be harmful for your good sleep, because when you exercise, your cortisol level goes up, and cortisol and sleep don't really go together very well. So let's sum it up. There are some things that you can do for free to make your sleep and the quality of your sleep better. There are some things that you need to invest either into the products like good food or supplements, but it still will pay off, because if you have a good night of sleep, you will have a good productive day next after it, and you will be able to produce more, to contribute more, and just enjoy the life more. Now, what do we talk about? Turn off the lights, I mean TVs, cell phones, computers before sleep. Don't eat immediately before sleep. Eat at least 3-4 hours before you go to bed. Make the room cold. Do something that will eliminate all the distractions in your bedroom. Now, food. Eat foods more in the morning, less in the afternoon, even less in the evening. If you have to, better skip the last meal at all. Don't exercise in the evening. Take the supplements that I mentioned. And if you want to find out more about the supplements that we have specifically to control and address the energy, mood, and nervous system and better sleep, reach out and I will be happy to share with you what the supplements I meant and how you can take advantage of them with a discounted membership price. And the beauty of this membership is free, and my service to you is free, because I'm here to help. I obviously making money, which is okay, but I'm doing this because I know that I can change people's lives, maybe one person at a time. That's fine. There's no rush. I have many years to go. And if you want to enjoy better life, better sleep, better quality of life and energy, then I'm here to help you. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend and enjoy your sleep.